Sports. I'm your host, Ryan Jones, and today we giving raw thoughts. That's right, on Sunday. Surprise! We have my pops. And we have my guy, Corey Baker here, man. We're going to talk about some crazy topics in the sports world. Raw thoughts going to be made, but before we do that, a word from my sponsor, Brandon's North Carolina. Have you tried Brandon's Food Truck, based out of Eastern North Carolina? These truckers have it all: homemade dough and sauce, Stramboli, cheesesteak chicken, subs, and more. They can cater anything from birthday parties, office parties, weddings, and family dinners. Check out their website, brandonsnc.com. brandonsnc.com. Use the promo code RAWMIND, and you get a 5% discount off of order online. Follow them on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. So with that being said, fellas, how you doing today on this amazing Sunday? And man, we had the NCAA tournament. We had some big moves in the NBA. We have a Deshaun Watson scenario that's going on, which I leave that for the show. Patriots doing some things. Brooklyn and Lakers look like they're on a crash course to the NBA Finals. With that being said, let's start off first about the NCAA.
And don't forget to mention my Giants have done some things.
Oh, excuse me, the Giants.
Let's not.
He likes the Ravens. Okay, I got it.
They ain't done nothing.
All right, so
Okay.
but first let's talk about.
But good luck.
Oh, this about to get raw, people. This is about to get raw.
Mhm.
Like, we got two guys here that's gonna be on the opposite sides, maybe on most of the time, but it's about to get fun. So with that being said, what they may agree on is the NCAA tournament.
That's it.
So with the NCAA tournament, your Final Four, I know, I picked Villanova a while back, and it still hurt me to this day because yesterday they was up by like almost 15-something points, and they just went into they faltered between the 9-minute mark to the 6-minute mark, and from there, Baylor was all she wrote from there. And Baylor had the lowest three-point shooting percentage yesterday against Villanova. And on top of that, they're probably like the best shooting basketball team behind the arc in basketball this year in college. So now, outside of that, Arkansas won yesterday.
Yeah.
We got Houston and Syracuse to talk about. So with that being said, NCAA tournament. Right now, let's start first. Florida State and Michigan play today.
Yeah. Okay.
So with that being said, let's start with the NCAA tournament. Who you feel with all the COVID and all the restraints, things like that. Corey, I'm gonna go with you first, so you can talk about the NCAA tournament. How you feel about it?
Hey, everybody. It's been a minute since I've been around you guys or whatever. Raw Mind Sports. It's a blessing to be here. First and foremost, I want to thank God for being here because he was my guys for years. Now I'm gonna go to sports because I'm a sports guy. So with the NCAA tournament we going on, with the virus was going on with, I got Gonzaga because I love Jalen Suggs. A lot of people don't know him, but Jalen Suggs, I got Gonzaga winning the whole thing. But also Alabama because they got this kid named Herb Jones. And they got this kid, Javon Quinley from Hackensack, New Jersey. I stayed there. And he's the real deal. And I feel like the impact what's going on in the NCAA tournament is great because the last year we didn't have the NCAA tournament, but now we have one. So now I'm saying Gonzaga, Alabama, but Florida State and Michigan, everybody talking about Michigan because they're the number one seed because of Juwan Howard, but Leonard Hamilton, he's a great coach, but I'm saying Gonzaga because the structure, Mark Few is a great coach. I feel like he's one of the greatest coaches.
One of the greatest coaches out here, and he plays in the weakest division each and every year. But go ahead.
I think so. I think he's up there with Coach K.
I'm not gonna say. Well, he's a good coach, and he's had some good teams. I don't know if I can put him as one of the greatest coaches yet.
I like him.
But at the last few years, they've been contending. They all, they're in there, whether they're in the championship or they win. They have a good team this year also. But I don't know. I can't say he's one of the greatest coaches.
I'm not saying he was one of the greatest, but you look at what he started at Gonzaga. Look what he got going on.
Right.
He's building them out.
And he gets good players to come there because now he can use that. If you come here to a parent, you get your child, your son can get a good education,
Right.
and to the son,
Right.
we can win. But you're in a
He's a great coach.
conference that you should win it every year. I mean,
Well, he can't help what conference he in. You
I
like to
understand
say
that
marriage.
too,
You can't help
but that's why
Can't help it.
that's what happens. That's what take away from a lot, because I'm not saying that
They just got the
the
number
team
one.
that he has or he has had in the past
Right.
wouldn't win. But I don't know if they would be at the top if they was in the big not the
Big
Big
Ten.
East.
The
I was
Big
gonna say
East.
the Big Ten,
You think so? No.
no.
ACC.
So you saying
They wouldn't be going undefeated, not in
What
no
they got
ACC
going on?
conference.
Right,
I'm
right,
gonna
right.
take you this.
He's
I'm gonna take you
playing-
this.
Name me some teams that they play.
They in the.
Name the
I
teams.
said name me some
They-
teams that they
But if
play.
you put Gonzaga in
Who
the
they
back
play?
12,
Southwest Dakota State. I mean, I'm just joking now. But I'm just being real though.
right.
I mean,
No, Gonzaga
they're
ready, bro.
playing some teams that, now don't get me wrong,
They good.
like a team like St. Mary's,
Mary.
that is it St. Mary's, am I right?
Yeah,
St. Mary's,
yeah.
And they, what they get is they have a lot of players that come from overseas.
Mhm.
They recruit a lot from Australia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They have a lot of, so and Gonzaga plays them too, I
Yeah,
believe.
they in the same conference.
But-
San Francisco.
You know, so
San
don't get,
Francisco.
yeah, but
Pepperdine.
don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. A lot of those teams have players that do go to the NBA.
They do, they do.
Yes, Gonzaga,
Because
yes.
some of them, I'm talking about some other
These teams that
schools
come.
too.
Oh, okay.
But I'm saying as far as when you're playing that team ball,
Right.
Gonzaga's gonna kill them all the time. I mean, when the last time anyone else won that conference?
Gonzaga, that's a whole mob, but you got to
And
understand.
that's
Pop,
my point.
That's the problem. When you
It's
win
no, I mean, it's no problem.
but I got Gonzaga, Mark Field.
But I'm not. No, but listen what I'm saying now. I'm not
He
saying
can make get the number
that
1
that they are not picked to
He
win
just
it.
commit.
But think about this: when you're number one overall, one thing anybody know about college basketball
Yeah,
is that you're blessed
right.
to be put in the probably the easiest bracket that it
That
is.
boy.
Most of the time, don't get me wrong, but you will have upsets.
Right.
You do have upsets.
Yeah, no
But the
doubt.
majority of the time, the team, you got 4 number ones.
Yeah.
But it's always one that's number one overall,
Mhm.
right? That probably came into the tournament as ranked number one most of the year.
So I'm gonna ask you this.
So you get an easy bracket.
So-
You're gonna get an easy way.
Yeah.
But they're gonna throw
Yeah.
somebody in there,
Yeah.
you know, to make comp. But most of the time, that easy, the number one overall, unless it's a major upset, usually they make it to the Final Four. And they probably will make the Final Four. But I still think that it's still open.
It's open, but I just
You know,
the way
I
they
don't
play
think,
though.
you know, I
The
don't,
way they
I'm,
play.
and I'm not saying they won't win it, but I still think we still have some good teams
Right.
that's
right.
left.
Right.
And like I told my son before,
Who you from?
and I don't know if people believe this,
Mhm.
but when we're in a pandemic
Right.
with the fan base thing now
Yeah.
coming, it's easy for a lot of guys to come out because
Right.
they don't have that pressure. But you have a lot of guys that can't they can't play, that can't play under pressure.
Right.
So
So you
that's
saying
why-
like the fans, no fans, stuff like that. It makes sense.
Sometimes it makes because man, how easy you think it is to go into Durham and play at Duke when ain't no fans?
Ain't
there?
no fans.
The
Yeah, that's
fans is that.
But Pop, you
extra
got to
team
still
player.
basketball though. It's still
I,
basketball.
that's my point. And you know basketball, right? So you know it's easier to you can get some of the best ballers come out and be balling, but you put them in front of the crowd
right.
with the whistle blowing,
Right.
they lost.
Yeah.
And you're like, damn, where's that 30 points?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So you ain't never,
Go ahead,
you ain't never
Court.
seen
I
that?
mean, go ahead.
Hold up, you ain't, so you
You compare the
telling
pandemic over basketball. These boys been playing basketball all their life.
right.
They grew up playing
Listen what I'm
without
saying.
people.
But
They
no.
grew up playing without one.
My
They
point is
playing
this.
without people.
But listen, my point is this.
So you
My
saying that
point is
because
this.
the fans.
If
Hold
you
on.
go to-
Let him
listen,
finish.
if you a good basketball player, you ain't never played without no people.
Yeah, but
The
this is how you
Suns play
start
without
out.
people.
Come on, you start out the back
The
door.
Suns play fight with our
When you
people.
start in the backyard, ain't nobody
They
around
got
you, bro.
AAU teams, man, little boys. They playing for
He
the
talking about
team.
from that level.
Oh, you
But my thing is this
It's
though.
not
Listen,
bad there. It's not bad.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Listen
Get
what
the
I'm
camera.
saying. What I'm saying is that's why you got a lot of teams that normally wouldn't have made the tournament, normally wouldn't still be in it
Mhm.
if it wasn't for the pressure not being on them. There's no pressure in
Right.
the NCAA tournament
Nah.
except that who we gotta play.
Right.
But when it wasn't the pandemic, not only do you have to play this team, you're gonna be on national TV with all these fans.
Right.
It's
right.
not as easy as it looks.
Right.
It doesn't matter. You know, it's not easy. You get a guy, because of the fans, he might miss his first 10 shots until he hit one, then he might get in sync. A lot of that's because of the fans. That's why Durham have it set up like that. If I'm wrong, then correct me. Because Durham purposely at Duke University, they have it set up that the fans get so close to you that they're in your ear.
Yeah.
And they
yeah.
bother you. And yeah, some teams have went in there and knocked it down. I want to mention my team, St. John.
Okay. Okay.
With Ron Artest, he did go in there and shut the crowd down. That's another day. But you know, anybody and everybody can't do that.
Right. Right.
You know? I mean, look, think about Duke's record. Look at it when they're at the house.
Yeah.
But this year, before they shut down their season, this year, they did lose some. Why? Because teams can come in there and whip them. And I know you're a fan. I'm not saying it like that.
I know, man.
But I'm just saying, because it's different.
Right. Because of the
Some
fans.
teams were glad to go in there and the crowd ain't there. Excuse my language, we gonna whip their ass today. I mean, seriously, they ain't had no problem with it. But
Pops
other
get
times,
raw thoughts, people.
hey,
Pops
look,
get raw thoughts.
hey, look, normally a team said, damn, we gotta go to Durham. And they don't even talk about the players. First thing they talk about is,
It's all about the players,
man,
bro.
we gotta go
It's
in there
all
and
about
listen
the
to them. And you know, they say things, clowns or whatever behind me, talking, jumping around. I can't even hear. You can't even hear. Come on, man. You
Right.
get on TV, you can't hardly hear what. Oh, you just, the whole while they
Right.
going down court. It's not easy to do that. Only the best can do
Hey,
that.
go ahead,
I
Corey.
see what you're saying, but the players you still got to play like Duke. I feel like Duke didn't have nothing. So that's why you talking about the fan. I feel like Duke didn't have nothing.
Well, they probably had one of their best
I mean,
teams
that was
this
good.
year.
Yeah, I mean,
But I do
but you
believe
saying it's the fans.
I do
know
believe
that
if the
the
pandemic-
fans motivate you. But I'm saying I think the boys are the players. I think
Hey,
the
look,
fans
okay.
motivate. But I don't think it got nothing to do with
in
the
the
fans.
NFL,
Right. I don't think it
Seattle.
got nothing to do with that. 'Cause them
Seattle.
boys can play
Look, look,
regardless,
look,
bro. They can play regardless.
okay, but sometimes
They can play regardless.
it's not as
You know what I mean?
easy.
Ain't got nothing to do with the fans, bro. The fans pay the money.
Okay,
Let's
let's stop fans from going to the game. You got fans
They
that's
still
crazy.
gonna play.
They
'Cause
can't
They
go.
they still gonna play. They're
Hey,
professional
listen,
athletes.
what do they call
They still get
Seattle?
paid.
But look, what do they call
The
no,
sixth
they-
man.
The who?
The
Not the
sixth
sixth man, the 12th man.
The
man.
12th man. I'm sorry.
They say that for a reason.
I'm talking about that
Hey,
movie.
guess what? that stadium they built was built so that when you
I see
come
what you're
down there
saying.
with the wind, everything coming
Right.
in,
Yeah.
that you can't hear.
Right.
If you get down there,
Right.
that's their advantage. And who helps them with that advantage?
So you saying the players?
The
Because
fans.
it ain't Pete Carroll hollering. Who's hollering?
The fans.
All right.
With that being
But
said,
with that being said, we get off that. Me and Carl, we my boy, we ain't gonna never agree on that.
We would never
with that
agree
being
on
said,
that.
I'm gonna go to another
Because I
word.
feel like the players, they play the game for
Okay.
they play they boy playing for their
I know they
livelihood
do,
and
but
they
it-
playing for their contract. The fans
I just think
pay
the
money
fans
to go
help.
see them.
And
They
the
feel like
holler.
a comedian.
And the
when you pay
holler.
your money, you go see Kevin Hart. That's what you pay. Shit, you not paying to see.
Let me tell you something.
Me, you pay. Nah.
You ever looked at
See, I
LA
can't even
at
talk.
the
I
Lakers
can't even talk.
before
This
the
shit-
pandemic? You see who sits out there?
It's the pandemic.
I know, but before that, you see who sits out there? And they right there on the
Some of
floor.
the Lakers,
All the
niggas.
stars and all
They
that.
go see them players though.
You see how they be hollering and stand up?
Yeah.
When you look at the Garden.
Even
Back
though
in the
they
day,
do
with
that
the
shit.
Oh, what you say?
You know,
I'm gonna get worse sponsor.
Something,
Here we go with
man.
this.
Hey,
I'm
I'm about to go.
talking to
I'm working
fans,
for my
bro.
sponsor, man.
Here we go with it.
First Class Life Insurance, where we specialize in leaving dollars and not debt for your family. We offer whole life policies with low prices that won't change. Call 704-650-8317. Call 704-650-8317 to schedule a consultation. They are licensed in North Carolina, Virginia, Georgia, and Ohio. And use the promo code ROMAN, and you get a discount. With that being said, another topic, NBA talk. You know, Brooklyn has been on a whole nother level, signing all these people back. And we have the New York Knicks. My dad loves the New York Knicks.
No doubt.
And he's been talking about how good they've been playing this year. But Corey, let's go with you first. No, let's go with you first about, I know the Brooklyn Nets and my dad loves the New York Knicks. So give your thoughts on the New York Knicks and the Brooklyn Nets.
You know, I'm all about NBA. I'm not a New York fan, but you know, KD my guy. But Brooklyn, what Brooklyn got? I'm gonna be honest, I know you're a New Yorker. Y'all ain't never seen nothing like this in New York. Y'all ain't never seen nothing like this in New York. What they got going on in Brooklyn, y'all ain't never seen nothing like this. The team that the Brooklyn is forming, the Knicks never had this. The Knicks never had.
At one time, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. At one time, can you come yo?
Okay, hold on.
Don't go there. Don't go there. Hey, this is World Sports, and I'm about to put my glasses down.
Oh, boy.
I'm about to get wrong. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you
When the
something.
Knicks have a team
Let me
like
tell you
this,
something.
they got 6.
The Knicks, we had great teams.
Pastor Young.
But it was only the only thing was in our way was one of the greatest players in the league,
And Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
Right.
But we had great teams, man. I started lineup Charles Oakley, Patrick Ewing.
Bully ball.
Look, wait a minute. Guess what though? That was balling though.
Yeah, right.
See now the game is protect finesse. Back then it was finesse then.
No, it wasn't.
You had finesse players.
When? Who was finesse back in the day?
Let me tell you
Name me somebody finesse.
Y'all sit back and make sure you're on the camera, man. Make sure you're on the camera.
Who was finesse back in the day? That's bully ball. Michael Jordan was on the finesse well. Reggie Miller here can shoot the 3, but y'all had bully ball. Y'all had Charles Oakley with nothing. He was a basic ass player. Charles Oakley was a basic player. He ain't do nothing but hit, folks. Anthony Mason was garbage.
Hey man, you must have known. Hey, look, you must have known.
Y'all had that school. Only person y'all had was John
university he came from.
Yeah, he was D1. I know.
You know what school he played for?
Yeah, he was tough, but he wasn't like that.
He was. He was tough at Virginia Union, man. He played at Virginia Union.
That's all.
I kind of feel you didn't know that.
That's all.
Yeah, exactly. Oakley played with Jordan too now.
Yeah, he played with the Bulls.
Yeah.
I know that, but I'm saying that the Knicks was okay. But I'm telling you, these boys are different. These boys are different now. These boys are skilled. They won't not skill back in the day.
No, man, that's not true. I'm gonna be honest with you.
They more skilled.
Patrick Ewing was one of the most finesse centers ever played the game.
So you saying he was more finesse than King Olajuwon? That's what you saying?
I didn't say
You
that.
know what?
I said he was one of the most finesse players at center that ever played the
Shit,
game.
right back to
You
Jamaica.
better check it. I'm not a stats man.
Right.
But you probably need to check Ewing's
But
stats.
y'all was here, but I'm saying for us.
But then you just said it.
But no, it was okay, but he's not my favorite center.
But listen,
I never liked Patrick Ewing,
but
bro.
I
never liked him. I'm telling you what I like. I like finesse.
But listen what I'm saying. But
he was
you
nothing.
couldn't have, if you looked at basketball your life at your age, the game has changed.
Yeah, it's
Just
always
like
gonna
now,
change,
it's gonna
yeah.
change again.
Yeah, they're more skilled.
That's what it does.
They got more skill.
I'm not
now.
gonna say it's more skills.
So you saying they ain't got more skill now? These boys shooting for logo. Who from the back in the day shoot from the middle of the court? No damn body.
See, we got no. I'm gonna tell you something.
Who shoot from the middle of the damn court?
Go ahead.
Listen what I'm saying. That's
Hold on.
nice and cute.
That's great.
But shooting from the middle court don't win no championship.
Yes,
buddy.
they do.
No, it don't.
It worked for Golden State.
Well, that's Steph is one of a kind, man.
Yeah, but
You
who
probably
finna
never
be-
get another guard like Steph in the next 10 years.
Yeah.
And ain't nobody
I'ma
in
ask you
college gonna
this.
come in and be
I'm gonna
like
ask you
him.
Yeah.
this: who for the Nets is a generation player on this team now? Julius Randle, you can find a Julius Randle. You can find a Reggie Bullock. You can find Mitchell Robinson.
But
You
listen,
can find Manuel
But listen what I'm saying.
Who for the Nets is
But listen
like
what I'm saying.
superstar?
See,
Who on the Nets is a superstar?
But let me finish, man. Can you let me talk?
Oh.
Now, first of all, I didn't say my Knicks. We went from talking about, I'm going to name a good team. From the Knicks have had good teams. We've had some bad breaks. Luke, we have lost games, man, going to championship because a person missed an easy shot, a finger roll just from playing ball, you know. But the game, to me, it was more aggressive. But to me, the game was better being more aggressive because now you have guys that's not that great get away with anything. We have all that flopping like they do now. You don't touch them. Oh, come on, man. Now the league done got smart. Now they really think you're doing it. You attack.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying you might have some guys a fall, but I mean right now, come on, man.
Right.
See, hold on, Paul.
You know, but hold up, let me finish. Now, you have good players, but I'm not gonna let you sit here and say that it won't no great player, because those players back in the day is what built the game for your players to even be on the floor.
I understand that.
Bernard King was one of the best shooters and scorers that ever
Yeah, he
played the
was.
game.
He was. I like Bernard.
And
King.
what team did he play for?
He played with the Knicks.
Okay, then.
Yeah. But
But it's
I'm
not like we
I'm
didn't have
not a Knicks
anything.
fan, though.
And you ever
I'm not a
remember a
fan.
man named Willis?
Willis, come on, Willis Reed, come
That
on.
came
bro.
out,
Yeah.
that went out,
When he went halftime, came back.
Yeah, Larry about broke,
But I'm not
lipped
a
out,
Knicks fan.
killed the
I'm not
wit.
a Knicks
But it's
fan.
not about you being a fan.
I'm a fan of
It's about what we're talking about. We're talking about just basketball, period. Now, it's more, the game has evolved too,
Right.
all because everybody want to see that he's doing this. But you had guys doing that. You had guys on the street that played at Rutgers.
Right.
That's better than some of the players that played NBA, but they wanted to do other things.
So you saying
They wanted, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Uh-oh. Go ahead, Gordon.
And some of the best basketball
I know
players
that. I've been there. I've been
back
there.
in the day.
Better than NBA players.
Listen, what I'm saying. Back in the day,
That's what you're saying.
That-
I'm in the Wilson. I'm in the Wilson. They street that. How about the park?
listen what I'm saying. They
I'm
was
in
under
the
the
Wilson. Now
But
that's
what
not. That's
but listen what I'm saying.
not under the
You
Wilson.
let me-
Right?
Listen what I'm saying.
I'm
You
just
had some
under the
guys that could have been to the NBA.
Who? Alan Moe. That's the
Listen,
only one
there
that I
was some
saw.
guys other than that. But what happened, what it goes with
Who
that
else?
is that
They play in the NBA.
in Harlem,
Right.
got drugs.
Yeah. That's
Guys,
right.
guys
Right.
needed money right then.
Right.
They could, Harlem had, we talking about legal things,
Oh yeah.
but those were all your hustlers was based in,
Right.
your real hustlers.
Right.
Guys wanted to do that because mama needed food now.
Right. Right.
NBA won't pay him that much money then.
Right.
It was all about you go to NBA, you were known as a star. You'll make money, but it ain't like it is now.
Right,
That's
right, right.
any sport that we got,
Right.
with the money.
Right.
So guys chose to do other things, which was they shouldn't have, but they did.
Yeah.
But that's the reason why you get NBA stars come to Rutgers.
Right.
And they was doing it back in the day. You know why? Because your game ain't real until you bring it to the real brothers. And a lot of them players in the NBA was turned around. And they'll tell you to this day, Kobe done been to
Yeah,
Rutgers.
he been how long been
A whole
there?
lot of stars have been there. And they'll say to this day, they ain't never played no ball until you go there and play.
Nah, it's
Because
so
them
many-
guys is
so
playing, they
many.
ain't playing for that. They playing to show you you're good, but you ain't that damn good. And you know what I'm saying?
No, you're
So on that point, the game is good, and I applaud all the players now,
Right. Right.
and they all got a lot of finesse players.
Right.
But I'm not gonna let you take away my time. All the great teams I've seen play,
From the Knicks.
even white and black. Who?
I mean,
My
the
man-
Knicks okay, but I mean, I'm
You
just saying,
got guys that's
Knicks
passed
is not
in the
relevant to
Hall
me.
of Fame
They're
now.
not relevant. They're not relevant.
I'm not talking about the Knicks. I'm talking about anybody. But
Yeah.
since you want to bring up the Knicks so much, the reason why I'm happy and some fans
Y'all
happy
winning.
because we're winning And even we're not expected to win a championship,
No.
but it's good to be winning.
Yeah, again. Right.
Yeah, and that's
Because it
that's
been
So,
15,
my
20
next-
exactly.
years.
But we got new, new people up in the front office.
Yeah, y'all
See,
do.
the
You
owner,
still got James
he-
Dolan, though.
Yeah, but you know what they got now? They got roles.
So
He's
why-
in charge.
So why
And
Durant
he's
and Kyrie
showing it.
Irving didn't want to go
They
there?
didn't have them then. Rosen wasn't there then. Nobody wants to
Yeah,
play
Leon
for.
Rose. Leon
Right,
Rose.
he wasn't
Leon
there
Rose.
then.
He was an agent. He was an agent.
He
So,
wasn't there
And
then.
right.
But don't you think we probably would have had us? Believe me.
So you
Yeah.
think Kevin Durant went to the
Let me
Knicks?
tell you something.
That's a whole.
A star. Let me tell you something. A star is coming more than once
That's what I
to
was-
New York.
So you saying the New York Knicks
Think
right?
that they'll start coming to the
Uh-oh.
Now,
with the players they have.
oh, they be the
Name
first.
me a player that can star can entice them to come to the Madison Avenue.
I taught you when an NBA season over and that free agency get out there.
Who?
You gonna see.
Who?
You
We're
gonna
gonna
see.
go play with them Knicks.
It's
With
coming.
Julius Randle.
Hey,
Basic
look,
game.
right now,
Basic
it
game.
doesn't matter.
Basic
That's my
ball.
point. You're not even
Basic
counting Reggie.
game. RJ
You're not even
Barrett
counting
and
Reggie.
Fountain.
And I'm talking about Reggie.
Everybody
He's
on the
another-
Knicks got a
he's a-
basic game.
Boy,
He's
tell us
another,
about-
he's another Kinston.
Yeah,
Going
Reggie
for
Bullock.
Kingston,
They
Reggie
said,
Bullock.
yeah, he making
You know,
money.
props to him.
Yeah, props.
Yeah.
But my thing
Basic
is
game.
that Leon Rose and his team is setting it up for. That's why we didn't try to do nothing at the deadline.
Mhm.
It ain't no need.
You got
Because
Derrick Rose.
why break up your team that you got to get a star to come in?
Mhm.
We're gonna let them play it out like that. Now we can decide who we're gonna keep,
Basic
who we
game.
not gonna keep at the end,
Right.
Mhm.
and then you're gonna bring in
Who?
a star
Name me a
player.
superstar. that
and
wanna go there, bro.
we're gonna have a
Name me
power
a superstar that
forward
want to go there.
and a
Name me
wing
one.
and another guard.
So my next question is before we go.
It doesn't.
What superstar
So-
y'all
It
gonna
doesn't
get?
matter. It doesn't matter about what,
I don't even know the
what you
comments.
think. I'm telling you what's gonna happen.
What superstar
You
y'all
say
gonna
you
get?
know basketball.
Yeah,
You don't see the setup
hey.
that's happening.
No.
Hey.
You don't see what they
Hey,
trying to
no.
do.
Hey,
Because you're not.
Hey, yeah,
Because because you're not a Knicks
Huh?
fan. So you
yeah.
What's wrong?
Yeah, bring it down.
Okay, you basing it on
I'm looking
because
at
you
the
don't
team.
like the Knicks.
No.
I'm basing it on what a team is doing
So you
that
say
has finally got young
so you say
players.
y'all got a foundation. That's what
They
you
got right. They starting that. They got young players that they want to keep letting play, so that at the end of the season, other team it ain't hard to get rid of them to make little trades. Cause we got a lot of trade pieces.
Yeah, y'all do.
Believe
y'all
it.
do. Y'all got a lot,
And
of,
all
lot
of
of role players too.
And
on
that's
the team.
right. And that's
A lot of role
what
players.
teams need role players, and team needs young players, right? Right?
Brooklyn running that whole New York City, bro.
Brooklyn is set up now and they good. But let me tell you something.
That's it running that. They running the whole.
Don't count other teams out just because everything that, and I learned this in life, son, and you my son. Everything that look good ain't always good. All right? Don't ever forget that.
So you saying, hold on, you saying the
Everything-
Knicks can beat
every-
Brooklyn in the series?
I didn't say that.
I'm
Not
just
where
asking
we
you.
built now. There's a lot of teams that can't beat Brooklyn in the
Nah.
series now. But remember, anything can happen. I mean, look at Brooklyn. KD,
Yes, sir.
he's one of the best players in the NBA. But he also gets hurt. Do I believe he's hurt bad now? No.
No.
Because they're gonna win, they can say they're saving him.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, they say.
but you can easily get hurt. If one of their star players, if KD go down, Brooklyn don't win no championship.
Right.
So, they was-
So now,
They
with
will.
that
They
with that
will.
being said, we're gonna interrupt their subject because they got a little heat. Let's go to the NFL. Possibly let you start off. How you feel about the Ravens?
I mean, I just don't like him.
I just don't like you.
I'm just joking, man.
I know.
I don't have nothing bad about the Ravens. Is a good team.
So how do you feel about
I
them
like
in
the
the AFC
Ravens.
right now with the Patriots and Kansas City still there? You know, so like, how do you feel about
Kansas
it?
City done added on too.
Yeah, they have got
On
some
that line.
pieces.
Yeah. They
So
knew they had to.
so now I'm gonna go to you. With that being said, Cole, I'm gonna go to you. Kind of the Ravens. I'll let you talk about Ravens in a minute. But now we're gonna go to the NFC East. Your Giants. You were just talking about it off the show. You know about your Giants. He said what? So can they win the NFC East?
Hey, cameraman.
Hey, listen. Hey, look, listen. Let me tell you
So
something.
you saying
Let me tell you something.
Great, God.
One thing about it,
Great trade.
I'm not going to sit here and down the Ravens because he's a Raven fan.
Right.
Because the Ravens always have a good team. I like the Ravens.
yeah.
You know, for me, in that division, that's my team.
Mhm.
You know, Pittsburgh is good. Cleveland, I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe, maybe not. Cincinnati, we already know. But the Ravens is my team. I don't have nothing bad to say about the Ravens, you know. But talking about my Giants is this. I mean, hey, you can say what you want to. We building something, and finally, the organization is doing something, and it's called what? Spending money. They finally realized that you can't just give all the money to one person. So what they did, they restructured a lot of contracts. They got rid of a couple of guys with big, to do what they want to do. And finally, since Gettleman, and I am not a fan of him, but this is the first time since he's been there after he got rid of, and I say it, purposely he had them give Beckham all that money, but they knew they wasn't going to keep him, and that was wrong. But this year, this tells all tales because we got a cornerback from Tennessee that we know is good, Jackson. Plus we had some good defensive guys anyway that got hurt last year. A lot of guys didn't want to play because of the pandemic, you know. So we got some good guys. Anyway, my man from Alabama, first round pick, we drafted a safety. He hurt his foot. Couldn't play a lot of seasons. There was no need to play after that because of the pandemic. We still got Peppers.
Yeah, it's real.
And we bring in another cornerback. Plus, our other cornerback that we had signed last year, he got hurt. So our defense, look, we got a couple of linebackers, you know. I'm looking for some more changes coming on our front, but we did sign some guys key. But one thing we have is that, and I'm glad they did this, with offense, I am not a Daniel Jones fan. I'm sorry, I know he went to Duke. Well, he probably smart as hell, but I'm not a fan of his, but he has potential because he's young and he likes to run. This the first time we had a quarterback run, but his thing about it is you don't even have to touch him and he might fumble and drop the ball. You know, and you can strip the ball. He needs to learn some technique a little bit. But they have brought in some offensive guys. He's got Ross from Cincinnati. Am I correct? From the Bengals?
Yeah. He's really good. He's a really good slot receiver for the slot.
We need it.
I think he'll be so. I think elsewhere outside of where he was at in Cincinnati, I feel like he's gonna be a good slot receiver.
Right. We need it.
But with that being said, Holiday. With that being said, he's been having a lot of smirks on us, so we're gonna give him a chance to talk.
Hey, I mean,
go ahead, Corey.
I'm not talking about my team being the best.
So they're not gonna win.
I'm not like a Dallas fan.
Okay.
I'm just talking about what they've done to put stuff around Daniel Jones with tight ends that can catch and block. Other guy and another running back we signed, a young kid I think we signed with Saquon. But what I'm saying, because I think they really no doubt. I think they're really trying to prove to see we're giving you something. What you gonna do? That's what they're trying to see from them. Because now you're surrounded with offensive players. What are you gonna do, man? You know, and I think a lot of it comes from that. Because really, I really was hoping they would trade up for him. I'll take a chance with Watson right about now. But you know, you gotta break up your whole team.
Right.
You know, to get them. But I think my thing this year for me is, I'm not saying they'll win a Super Bowl, but I know the Giants is gonna be a lot better than what they did.
He said 7 games.
7 and 9.
7. I'll give us 10. I'll give us at worst 10 and 6. In our division.
Go ahead,
in our division, yeah.
Go ahead, Corey.
I'll give
Let him go ahead.
If Daniel Jones shows up.
Yeah, well, that's what you just
said. And that's the problem.
You just said that.
But
Saquon just coming off a torn ACL.
Oh, Saquon tough.
You think he healthy?
He ready. I know he gonna be ready.
You love your boy.
I know I like Saquon. Saquon is a hustler. Look,
That nigga love New York. Man.
I do love everything. Right down to
They just come up to an ACL.
right down to the Rangers. Right down to the Rangers.
You love New York.
And
You on the 6 train, ain't you?
oh, don't let me talk. Oh yeah, Soundview 6 train rep the sound by Soundview. Hey look, and don't count. Hey look, don't count my Yankees.
Oh, I'm a Yankee man, but
Hey.
still, we're gonna talk about the Giants.
Yeah, but
Go ahead.
You gotta look at this, Pop. I love you to death. I know you love your New York team.
Mhm.
We gotta look at this. You forgot. Redskins got the same team.
I didn't say they was gonna be a bad team.
Cowboys got all the weapons. Cowboys got better
Cowboys
weapons
ain't gonna do nothing.
than y'all do. Y'all got Sinclair.
You know what's
Cowboys got better weapons.
The Cowboys have had the best team
Yeah.
in probably the NFL on paper. But when it's time to
But for
play,
you to even
they
say
don't
the
do it.
Giants win 10 games, I say 7. Mike 6 and 10 because the defense. Your defense is young.
Our defense done got better.
Yeah, young though.
We done brought some veteran players in.
Name me one that's decent. They can be able to do what they do. They do what they do now. They do what they do. They can change the whole tone. Who? What? Which one?
Oh, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Peppers okay.
And
Jackson,
Jackson, that we got.
one's all right. Leonard Williams, but compared to my other team, you know what y'all gonna do?
What?
Y'all gonna be right down there with Philadelphia. It's gonna
Okay.
be, it gonna be
Hey.
y'all. For them and
Hey.
Philly gonna be neck and neck.
Okay.
Both of them gonna be playing for a wild card.
Okay. Hey look. But guess what though?
Over
The
y'all
last
got
two
6
times,
games.
the last two
I see
times,
a lot of
the last two
respect.
times we won the
He
Super
said
Bowl.
lottery pick.
I see a lot of regret because I don't
Well,
see.
hey, but look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think we got a number 11.
Yeah, I'm talking about net.
But guess what? We got a couple of more picks too that we got throughout
I
the
don't see no
years.
10 games.
But listen, let me tell you
Not with
something.
that defense.
Well, that's my opinion.
Yeah, because I know
But-
you just
but-
a team.
But
And then you got to look at the NFC. You got in that division. You got. I see down. Y'all in Philly gonna go neck and neck. Then you got Green Bay, San Francisco, 10 games, and look at y'all schedule. It's not gonna happen. I might say I'm gonna subtract from 7 and go to 5. 7 subtract from 2
and guess
and
what?
what?
And guess what? Check this
7
out.
subtract from 2
Hey,
and
look,
5.
just see me
I
when
say 5
just see
games.
me when the season starts.
Yeah, because
That's all I gotta tell you.
Galladay is okay from Detroit. He's okay, but
He's nice.
he's nice, but
He's nice.
he's just like
He's
all
big.
Yeah.
He's big. He's nice and got good hands.
So
And that's what we need.
we're gonna start.
We need
I'm
downfield
gonna announce
play,
another
5
spot. So we're
games.
gonna go to another subject. You know, Casey King is a residential hygienist that has a product that she uses herself and recommends to her patients daily. It's whitening toothpaste that contains no bleach or peroxide, so it won't make your teeth sensitive like other whitening products. It's also more affordable than white strips or prescription bleaching products. Safe use for teens and with braces and kids 2+. Just replace your regular toothpaste and brush 2 times a day like usual. There is no extra steps, messy trays included. You're already brushing anyway, why not have a pain-free white smile while you're at it? Contact Casey King, the residential hygienist, on Facebook and mention the promo code RAWMIND and get a discount on this product. Check out other health and beauty products on her Facebook VIP page, Casey Bright Smiles and More. With that being said, let's go to something that's going to take away.
But let me say one thing. We didn't talk about the NFL.
We ain't
Because
finished. I got other
someone,
subjects.
someone personally just want to bash my team. I thought we were talking about who's good, the NFL.
Yeah, we
I
got.
thought that's what we were talking about.
We're not finished. But
I
no,
didn't say nothing about the Ravens.
we're going to get into that. We're not finished with that. With that being said, we're going to go to another subject during the NFL. So another topic,
Right.
Deshaun Watson. How do we feel about this situation here? We're going to take it off a little bit. It got a little hot in here with these debates. You know, so now we're going to go into a situation, how we feel about this scenario. So, Corey, I'm going to let you go first.
Anderson is proven guilty. He's just like anybody human. But my thing is, them women want money, man. They want money. So I think he's innocent. When you get in that status, it's a different level. You already rich and you a high caliber athlete. I'm like,
Gotta be
that's
careful.
a tough situation. You got to be careful.
You got to make wise
You
decisions.
got to make wise decisions. You
And
making
sometimes
34
being
minutes
young,
right.
we don't make wise decisions.
Right.
And because when you make money,
right.
I mean, money's the root of all evil.
All evil.
And
right.
when we get money, especially when you young,
Yeah.
and I'm just gonna say, you young, you African American, you're not used to that.
Right.
You got a family. You coming
Right.
from. You went to a big car, but you might have came from a
Yeah. From
poor,
Gainesville, Georgia.
yeah, poor
Yeah.
Yeah.
household. You know, so you know, a household where you're living
Hey,
from check
come
to check.
on.
Your
Give me that
mom
line
working,
right
whatever,
there.
father,
Let me see
whatever. So
Let me see that.
you know, we get money.
The
You know, we
comments,
do
though.
things.
Just
Now, do I think he's a dumb person? No.
No.
Throw it.
And I just want to say this because I've been saying this from the beginning. I don't know what went on, but like me and my son have had this conversation before.
Go ahead.
When you get someone like that lawyer that has jumped in there, it's something that has been done. Now, like I told my son before, is it enough to say you committed a crime,
That's
a
all, folks.
criminal act? I don't know. But you had, it's something that was done for this person to get someone to say
Yeah, he did
that
something.
you did this. And now what happens is you find out, that's when they start coming in. Oh, he did that to me too.
Right, so
Let me
they're
call
saying
him.
they're gonna do
Oh,
right.
because we know one thing we know. He's been to massage places,
massage
parlors,
places,
I
right.
don't know.
Mhm.
And as being a man,
Right.
we feeling good.
Right.
I don't have no clothes on.
That's how you is.
This
Oh,
fine
boy.
woman is massaging my legs
What?
and my thighs,
What?
and now she's going up there
You probably
and she's
gonna
looking.
elevate it.
And remember, I said,
Oh, boy.
and I'm quite sure she's pretty.
You better.
Jay, look, I'm quite
Oh,
sure
my God.
she's pretty.
Boy.
So the next thing you know, hey, listen, like I told you the other day, the word happy endings, I didn't make that word up. I heard that, so it came from, that's what guys expect.
Everybody gonna get up
Happy
there.
ending.
So I don't know. Now, some of them sessions, it might went
Yes.
a little, because, you know, he says, he never denied, you know, he's never denied
Right.
saying he's been to these places.
Mhm.
But he says, I've never disrespected no woman in my life.
Mm.
But that comes to a point as in these days and times, for example, I know you're not a woman, right?
No.
Look, we talking, and all of a sudden,
Do I look like a
I
woman?
know what I'm saying. Hell no. That went out.
Here we go.
But anyway, he'll say, look,
I know I'm pretty.
Hey, look,
Let me
Dale,
find
hey,
out.
look,
Let me
Dale,
find
hey,
out.
look, listen. Hey, look. Hey, look.
Let me find out.
Listen what I'm saying.
Shit,
When
man,
they
I'm
look
man.
at you, look
Here
at
we
a
go.
woman,
That's a
even
joke.
at a
I know I'm
job,
pretty,
you
baby.
can say certain words.
Yeah.
That's a joke, man. I'm joking.
Damn. I love to take you home.
I'm glad to
That's
see
sexual
you.
harassment.
Right.
Mm.
How can we take you home just to look at teeth, whatever? But that's sexual harassment.
Yeah.
You know, you do something like this.
Yeah.
That could be sexual assault.
Dang. That's
I touch your leg. So what I'm saying is that fine? Is that
Hey,
look, it's a fine line. You know, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful what you cross.
Okay.
Right, right.
So, but now I don't think that was nothing.
Nah.
But I don't know what with the way times on now,
Mhm.
even with other athletes, stars, people that we grew up looking on TV.
Right.
They doing things. Now they coming up on charges. Producers, everybody, you know, so you got to be careful what you do. And now I think it's a different definition. Or the world has made a different definition of what we do or what they call is good or bad.
Mm.
Now, in saying that, that's why you have to be very careful of what you're doing
Right.
and the places that you go are frequent. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't know what, but I can imagine. You know, you going to different ones because I'm quite sure all these girls they want at the same one.
Mhm.
You know, and there's things that we haven't heard that we're not allowed to hear because he hasn't had no criminal charges brought on. But if he do, you know, certain things you can't say yet. So I don't know what's in the paperwork. What I do know is that lawyer claimed that he was going to turn in the stuff to that county in Texas
Yes, sir.
last Friday, but he never did.
Right.
So I don't know if he's bluffing. I don't know what's going on, but I think it's something.
Right.
Now, do I think it's what the world is trying to make it out to be?
Not at all. Not
I
at all.
don't think so. But I hate to say that because I stand to be corrected because I don't know.
Yeah, right.
But do I think somewhere he might have went over the line?
Right.
I think so. Because that gives reason for someone to accuse you of something.
Yeah. But can I
Was
say
it that
something?
serious? I don't know, you know?
Can I say something? The situation with that, the Juwan, like I said, he got money. Had to be careful, but you got to look at the situation. He Deshaun Watson. He probably
He's
he probably
prey.
flirtation. I
He's
don't know.
prey, too.
He's a prey. So when you are prey and you got money, that's a different level. Cause you think about this, we are prey, and that's a different. You think he got all the money, and he got women throwing him. You know he gonna get top of the line. So when you put yourself in his shoes, and you be like, damn. You know what I'm saying? When the women coming at you, they pro different than men. You like, Lordy. You don't know his situation. He might got a whole woman at the household and everything. He be like, okay, you massaging me when your woman, when a woman massaging you all the way down, you know I'm funny. You know I'm getting ready to, when a woman massaging you all the way down, and she put that oil on
I'm
you.
making sure the camera won't.
And it feels, oh
It
yeah,
feel
you know.
good. It feel good. She massages you too. You know he play football. You know he's sore. You know he's sore, been sore all year. And then you know she's hitting that spot.
Yeah, I can go
So,
with that.
you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking happened. And he a man too. But he a black man. So I'm looking at him like, yo, fuck that. Excuse my language, yo. Be like, yo, what's up? I got money.
Yeah.
I got paid. You keep your mouth closed. With some of them, but not all of them. Because the same situation Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods went the same thing, but Tiger Woods was just raw. You know what I'm saying? All the athletes do, they're human. But the thing the more of the story is, you got to protect yourself when you're an athlete and you got a lot of money.
And with that being said, we're going to go to another sponsor, man. Active Pure Technology, man. You can put in any facility, man. It's been in the facility of the Panthers, the Houston Rockets, Houston Texans, San Francisco 49ers. This thing actually kills a lot from in the air from COVID-19. With that being said, if you want to experience this product, use the promo code RAWMIND, and you'll get a 10% discount on any product it has. Call 689-222-8900, 689-222-8900, and also email them at usaasia@onlinetrade@gmail.com. usaasia@onlinetrade@gmail.com. So with that being said, get off that topic real quick before we conclude this show. Is Gino Auriemma a great recruiter? Head coach of the UConn women's basketball team. Head coach of the UConn women's basketball team. Is he a great coach or is he a great recruiter? I already put this topic on a group page, but I want to hear this from these guys right here. So yeah, tell me, where do you go? Go with it, Pops.
I think he is a great coach because he's a winning coach. He knows basketball. He knows women basketball. And that's what he's coached. But I still think he's a better recruiter to me because it's not hard for him to get some of the best female basketball players in our country, or maybe overseas if they want to come over and play in college. He gets these. I mean, in the recruiter part, he gets them because it's not hard. Because I think if your daughter can play basketball and she's good and she's been winning in high school, I think if he comes knocking to the door or you get a phone call, I think that he's got a good. He got it. When he walks in the door, I think he's gonna get dinner and everything because he's gonna be talking good. Because one thing he's telling you is that she's gonna get an education and she's gonna be on the winning team. And more than likely, she's gonna be in the Final Four. And possibly be the champion. Maybe 3 or 4 years if she comes to my school. She plays for me. Now, that's what I'm saying. That's what he's throwing at them.
Right.
Sounds very good. Because he has it where he can prove it. Right. Because even if you don't watch basketball, everybody knows that UConn girls are good. You know, they always have been. Whether they win the championship or not, they always compete. Always. So, but I guess you still got to be a good coach to get all these girls from around the country to bring together to play for you and to listen. But, I mean, I just think that recruiting is And recruiting, you know what? I'm gonna recant that because recruiting is probably easy for him because he probably can send one of his coaches to get someone to come.
Shay Ralph.
He don't have to go.
Shay Ralph.
Right, he don't have to go there.
Mm.
You know, so maybe coaching, he is a better coach because he's the one that got to get all of them to play for him, to play like he wants them to play, right?
Right.
And to gel together.
Right.
So maybe he's a better coach than a recruiter.
Corey, go ahead.
Well, Gino is one of the greatest female women coaches. Him and Pat Summitt are the best.
Mhm.
They neck and neck.
God
See,
bless.
he's a great talker. He's something like you.
Mhm.
He said something like you. He said he threw that in there.
You know why?
You know why he's
Oh boy!
He's like, hold on.
We
He's
both
knocking at your
Italian.
door.
We both Italian. That's
Yeah,
why.
right.
we
He's from the area. Most of New Yorkers are talking. He know to talk. Man, he's knocking at your
sell
door.
something, right?
Selling something. And that's what y'all do. And then y'all come down. He's a great talker. Great talker. As I rephrase, just like you. And you know what? Just like you. So
I got you.
he's a great recruiter, can talk. So in recruiting, he can talk. And he can coach.
Mhm.
But my thing is, I'm gonna call him so he can get you on the coaching staff. Because you're a wonderful talker too.
Hey, look, I wish I could.
Because you've been talking the whole show. I know.
It's Raw Mind Sports,
That's
baby.
it.
Yeah, matter of fact,
What's
you
your
be a
opinion,
good
though? You think
recruiter.
what you
I swear
think?
to God, you be a good
Listen,
recruiter,
what your
bro.
opinion? What do you think he is, though? The better coach or better
funny.
recruiter?
I think he's a hell of coach and a wonderful recruiter. But he misses something.
What you missing?
He missing him.
With that being said, another word about
Hey, look,
sponsor.
we really think he's a great coach.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
He can send anybody from his staff.
Uniquely Designed is an amazing product that we have that is also for paintings, jewelry, tablet art, canvas, wood, resin, and class. Like, this lady is amazing at what she does, and just talking to her, like the conversations, the vibe she has, she does a whole lot from a whole perspective of like how she looks at things, the mindset. I promise you, any product that she has, you won't regret it. And she'll customize it just for you. She will customize it just for you, however you want it, and you'll feel pure. With that being said, give her a call at 704-953-5456, 704-953-5456. And with that being said, we're gonna go here. We'll talk about another topic because we on a time limit. We already know the Brooklyn Nets and LA Lakers are gonna probably be playing in the finals.
You think so?
So with that being said, I don't know who's gonna be in there, but I'm saying a healthy Lakers and the Brooklyn Nets will probably be in the finals. That's what everybody want to see. Unless you got somebody else coming out the East, or you got somebody else coming out the West.
I got the Clippers.
With that being said, we're gonna let you start first since you got somebody else.
Of course I'm going with Brooklyn. But you got to think about this. With the Lakers, LeBron gonna bring, is AD gonna be healthy? They supposed to sign Andre Drummond, but it's just enough. The Clippers just signed Rondo. People forget Rondo is a playoff, and Kawhi and Paul George. Like, I don't know, man. It's gonna be hard for the Lakers to get out of the West because we don't know if LeBron gonna come back healthy, him and AD, because that's all they have. Because you watch the Lakers play. Since LeBron and AD playing, what you been doing? You been going to sleep, right? Montrez, with his basically, behind the back, you been going to sleep, right?
Oh boy.
You been going to sleep, right? When the Lakers
Talk about
play,
the local folks. Hey.
Now we can't down him like that. He been balling, man.
yeah, he been balling, but if the Lakers don't have LeBron and AD healthy,
I think that, it's hard to say who's going to win it, but I do feel like if the Lakers are healthy,
they can beat Brooklyn.
and it's not, I do think that they need another scorer.
Yeah.
That's what I feel. I
You
know they
think
got
Drummond can
Kuzma.
do that? He can bring you the other score?
Well, I'm talking about that. I think they need another scorer at guard. Like,
They should have got DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah, I think that they need that. But you can always pick up a good guard too because teams release players or cut players.
Right.
So maybe they looking to snatch somebody like that where they ain't have to make
But
a
you
trade.
got to think the Lakers on the luxury tag. They got a hard cap. That's why
Yeah.
they couldn't. They didn't hit free agency hard.
Right.
But
It's gonna
they
be
should have kept. I know we got 5 minutes left. They should have kept the White House. They should kept all their big. They should have kept that team they had last year. Because the last year team better than this year's
Yeah,
team.
I-
So
If
they
you
got
look
rid of
at
Danny
this year's
Green
team-
in on Dwight
Yeah,
Howard. They in
like
on
you look at this year's team, it's predictable to compare to Brooklyn. Like Brooklyn,
Right.
they can shoot.
Yeah.
See in the NBA game,
right.
like I said, who they shoot on their team? Kyle Kuzma. He shoot 32% from the three. That's not gonna get it.
Well,
Hmm.
you
So
know,
you're gonna depend on the set offense. You're gonna depend on my
and what he's saying is right. But my thing is that I just think still somehow
Brooklyn.
with I'm just saying out of the West,
Oh.
with if a healthy LeBron, a healthy AD,
Yeah,
I still think the greatest player
The
in
greatest,
the
who the
game
greatest player in the
right
game?
now,
Who the greatest player in the game right now?
LeBron, I think you can do things.
So he is the greatest player in the game right now.
LeBron,
1A, 1B.
I think, I just feel like, when you have the greatest player with some other players along, I think you can somehow pull it out. Will it be easy? I'm not going to say that.
Nah.
But I think they can pull it out in the West. But if Brooklyn makes it and they meet, that's going to be a tough one.
Yeah,
But before we leave, what about football?
right.
Who is going to be that team?
My Super
I
Bowl.
love this part.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
I'm good. I know we got
I'm just asking.
I'm a Baltimore fan, but I know we missing wide receiver. I'm gonna go ahead and put it out here on the limb right now. I'm gonna go in my Super Bowl pick. You still can't count Patrick Mahomes, man. You can't.
I'm not counting them out at all.
I'm gonna have to go with my Super Bowl pick.
The NFC, who's going to be the best come out NFC this year?
That ain't no me.
Off the top of your head.
I'm gonna go with LA Rams because they got Matthew Stafford. See, a lot of people in the NFL sleep on Matthew Stafford. He got weapons around. Yes, sir.
He's gonna make
Yes, sir. And then that defense, I got the Rams.
If they would have had him,
It's not gonna be the Giants.
when they went to the Super
It's
Bowl.
not gonna be the Giants. Y'all gonna be eating cheesecake.
When they went to the Super Bowl,
Yeah. It ain't gonna be the
if they would
Giants.
have had Matthew then, they would have beat
Yeah.
They would've won the
Wade,
Super Bowl.
he's a big
They
upgrade
would've
than
beat- they
Jared
would've-
Goff. If
Yeah.
you put Matthew Stafford with Ty Gurley, they would have won the Super Bowl.
So with that being said, you said LA Rams. Who you going with?
They going with the
I'm
Giants.
no, I'm not.
Oh.
I'm talking about. I'm going with who? What are you asking me? The best team?
I mean, the two
out of the
teams you
East-
think
out of
that
the
you gonna-
AFC.
Yeah,
So
correct.
who gonna be in the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I'm going with
Healthy people. We talking about healthy.
If everyone stays healthy, I'm going with Kansas City.
And who out of
Not
AFC?
gonna be easy, but I'm going with them because I think they got a chip on their shoulder this time. They didn't look good at all, and I know they're a lot better. If they be healthy, with Andy Reid coaching them, I think, and Mahomes quarterbacking, I really feel like they is gonna come out of the AFC.
Okay.
In the NFC, that's hard
Rucker Park.
because you got Green Bay, but you never know what they're gonna give you because they don't like to spend money like they should. We got the Rams is looking okay,
Don't see what's San Francisco.
but I'm gonna be honest with you, right? I'm about to say, you got the 49, and I'm gonna tell you got the 49, and I'm not gonna sleep on. You can't sleep on Seattle, but I'm gonna go with the 49ers.
I know we heard some voices in the air right then, talking about Tampa Bay, but I know you had told me the other day. So explain what you said about Tampa Bay. I know you told me the other day. What you feel about Tampa Bay?
They got the whole mob back. They got the whole.
What did you say to me the other day, Pops? And I'm going with raw thoughts too. I'm
What
gonna
you
get my
say?
assistant.
What do you say, Pop? Yeah, this guy got Tom Brady.
I'm gonna be.
That's
I mean, Tampa
Tampa
Bay is good. Don't get me wrong. They are. But they're beatable.
Huh?
It ain't like they went undefeated. I mean, they
How you
didn't
gonna
have a
say,
great
huh?
record.
Oh, time out.
They are beatable.
How you gonna say?
They are beatable.
Right, no, they are.
And-
But when I'm about to go here with you real quick before we end the show. You didn't predict that everybody over here when you had your chance to talk, and you said
I
the
said the
LA Rams.
Rams.
You did not say nothing about Tampa Bay.
I forgot.
Now you come back
I
and say
forgot.
they ain't nothing beatable. You literally just went across the other side of the country and said what you had to say, and then when he say something, he went out like he don't know.
It's a bandwagon
Yeah.
I've been around him so for
But
so
listen,
long. He
but
give me that
I mean,
New York vibe.
Tampa Bay is good. They are.
I like Tampa Bay.
You know,
Mhm.
but what I'm saying is they are beatable, and really going into that Super Bowl, if you know anything about football,
Yeah.
Kansas City they had a good defense, but they didn't have no great defense
Mhm.
none of the year when they was healthy. They didn't have a great defense when they played San Francisco, when they beat San Francisco. You know, their offense carries them. And the offense scores so many points that sometimes the other team's offense can't
Force
make
them to
up
score
for
more.
that.
Right.
But they didn't have a great defense. If his offensive line would have been straight, do I think that possibly they would have beat Tampa Bay? Because if you remember during the season, they went to Tampa Bay. I believe that game and beat the
Yeah, they
wheels
did.
off them.
In Tampa Bay.
They didn't have a great defense.
It was a good game. They
either.
lost by. They won by 3.
But they really the score didn't show the game. They really outplayed Tampa Bay, man. You know.
But I'm just saying.
But I mean, so I'm just saying they beatable.
Yeah.
You know, they just. I mean, I know they won a Super Bowl. Do I think they're gonna repeat? No.
You don't think so?
No. And that don't take away from Tom Brady being the GOAT. He's the GOAT anyway.
Memphis
The
Stafford.
49ers, man, I mean, if they get their thing together, they don't have no injuries.
They got the number 3 pick.
And a lot of players, I think they're going to be in there.
But
It's hard to say with
Right.
the NFC.
With that
It's
being
hard to
said,
say.
we're gonna get up out of here. That was enough. We gotta save something for another show. With that being said, guys, raw thoughts from my pops and Corey Baker. And with that being said, you guys have a great day, great night, great morning. Hopefully you're looking at it now, but if not, whatever time you're looking at this episode, hope you enjoy it.